Every year, Kenya experiences an increased demand for water. Water is life, without which the national economy would grind to a halt and people's livelihoods would suffer irreparably. Domestic consumption aside, virtually all the sectors of the economy need water for their daily operations. From the rural to urban centers, provision of water remains critical to the well-being of the people. With this in mind, the government has been implementing an array of reforms in the water sector under the Water Act 2002. The Act led to the establishment of 8 water services boards to ensure provision of water and sanitation services in the country. The Lake Victoria North Water Services Board is one such body, established through a Kenya Gazette notice on the 12th of March 2004.
The mandate basically was to provide water in the most efficient manner to the residents of the region. In this area, we have appointed mainly 5 water service providers. That is Zoya Water Services Company, Eldoret Water Services Company, Kapsabet, and Amatsi.
Lake Victoria North Water Services Board covers 8 counties which fall under the entire Western Province and parts of the Rift Valley. These are Kakamega, Busia, Bungoma, Vihiga, Trans Nzoia, Uasin Gishu, Elgeyo Marakwet, and Nandi County. This translates to 14,000 square kilometers of coverage with an estimated population of 6.5 million people.
This board is one of the 8 boards under the Ministry of Water and Irrigation that were formed under the 2002 Water Act, which, as you are aware, was a reform program by the government to bring new water dispensation into the Kenya system. Our main mandate is to develop water assets through normal planning, sourcing for funds, through government guarantee from donors to make sure that we provide water facilities and services, water and sanitation services to the people.
Since its inception, the board has been implementing a number of key water infrastructural investments in major urban centers in its areas of service, such as Kitale, Bungoma, Webuye, Eldoret, Kapsabet, Busia, Nambale, Mbale, and Kakamega, targeted at accessing more and more people with the precious commodity. Some of the projects, like Nzoia Cluster Phase 1, are already complete and serving the targeted populations. The project, which now serves over 200,000 new consumers, cost 2.3 billion Kenya shillings and has been handed over to the Zoya Water and Sanitation Company for operations.
In general, the investment has actually boosted the production in terms of water and distribution of the company. It has also boosted basically the revenue base of the company. So I would say, in a nutshell, the investment has actually put some life in Zasco.
The Nzoia Cluster Phase 2 saw the emergence of the new Kakamega water supply, Busia water supply, and Nambale water supply. The project, which cost over 3.2 billion shillings, was designed to meet the year 2025 demand for Kakamega, Busia, Matayos, Bumala, and Nambale towns. The sanitation component in the project included the construction of Masinde Muliro University sewage treatment works, Maraba and Shirere sewage treatment works to increase efficiency in the wastewater treatment in Kakamega town. Since the completion of the project, over 120,000 new users in Kakamega, Busia, Nambale town and communities in the environs of these towns now have access to safe, reliable and affordable potable drinking water.
Before the commissioning, the particularly Kakamega area used to have water from a source which was about 8,700. But after the commissioning, there is now quite a bit of water because we are talking of a capacity of about 16,000 meter cube per day. Again, in Busia and Nambale, particularly in Busia, the water supply was just about 3,800 meter cubed, but it went up to over 8,000. That's again significant. So again, the people in that area should take the advantage and take the opportunity to connect as much as possible.
Under the Zoya Cluster Phase 3 program, Lake Victoria North Water Services Board is currently in the process of implementing many more water and sanitation infrastructures spread all over the board area of jurisdiction. The program, dubbed Water and Sanitation Services Improvement Program (WASP), has been funded jointly by the World Bank and the Government of the Republic of Kenya at a cost of over 3.2 billion shillings. The project targets the rehabilitation of the existing water supplies and improvement of sanitation facilities, construction of new ones, and the expansion of water supply facilities in the select towns. Some of the targeted towns include Lesos, Kapsowar, Cheptais, Chesikaki, Sirisia, Lumakanda, and Kipkaren. The expansion of Chebara treatment works and reticulation system for Eldoret town and its environs is also envisaged. Others are Kaimosi, Jeptulu, Serem, Butere, Malakisi, Navakholo, Musanda, Kwanza, and Kimilili water supplies. Already the construction work for a number of the projects are ongoing and at various stages of completion. The expansion of water supply to Eldoret town, which is part of the joint funding by the World Bank and the Kenya government, was very timely. Currently, the demand for water and sanitation services in this fast-growing town far much outstrips the existing supply, leading to frequent water rationing and sometimes inadequate supplies. The works under the project involve expansion of Chebara treatment works to produce an additional 10,000 cubic meters of water per day, raising the total production from the current 18,000 to 28,000 cubic meters daily. This will be adequate to meet the demand of Eldoret town and its environs.
We are also replacing some of the old pipelines within the reticulation in Eldoret municipality. We have some very old pipelines which were put when the population was still less. We have had new developments in Eldoret, and some parts of town are not being served, not because of the water is really too little, because the pipelines are small, so we are not able to distribute the water adequately. The immediate impact of this expansion is that the places which are already experiencing some shortages within the Eldoret municipality will be able to get that water. I would like to thank our development partners, in this particular the World Bank, through the Ministry of Water and the Lake Victoria North Water Services Board for this expansion, which has come at the right time in Eldoret.
In Lumakanda and Kipkaren centers along the Eldoret-Malaba Highway, the Lumakanda and Kipkaren Water and Sanitation Project, which has also been financed by the World Bank and the Government of Kenya, is in its final month to completion. The project entails construction of a treatment works with a capacity of 1,200 cubic meters a day, enough to serve Kipkaren and the adjoining areas both in Rift Valley and Western provinces. The other major beneficiary of the Water and Sanitation Improvement Program, WASP, is the Mumias municipality. Close to 155,000 people in Mumias town and its environs are said to have a regular supply of quality and affordable potable water with the construction and expansion of the 1.6 billion shillings Mumias Water and Sanitation Project.
The current water supply will rise from about 1,300 meter cube per day to almost 8,000, which in fact is talking about serving a population of over 100,000, and that is pretty significant.
The project will serve Mumias municipality and environs through the development of a new gravity scheme designed to meet future demand up to the year 2025. The system will have a raw water intake point from River Lusumu, 28 kilometers from the Mumias town, with a main reservoir tank of 2,500 cubic meters in Ekero Market, a few kilometers from Mumias town. The project is expected to be complete and operational by April 2013. In Kimilili town in Bungoma district, the existing water supply is up for expansion and renovation at a cost of over 280 million shillings under the same WASP project. The project is in its final stages to completion, and soon residents of Kimilili municipality and the adjacent rural areas, including Ndivisi, Bituyu, Misiehu, and Lugulu, will be enjoying uninterrupted supply. The same is the case with the Lesos water supply, which has been expanded under the same World Bank funded project at over 200 million shillings. The Kapcherop, Kapsowar and Kaimosi, Jeptulu, Serem water supply projects in Marakwet and Vihiga counties respectively have also benefited from the program and are both expected to be complete and operational mid-next year. The board's wings spread far and wide. Residents of Mbale and Vihiga towns are now a happy lot following the successful rehabilitation of the Mbale water supply. The supply now has a new intake, treatment works, steel elevated tanks and an additional 4.5 kilometers pipeline to increase distribution network.
For the last 3 months, we have received constant flow of water. If we have a total flow of water, our customers are satisfied with the services we give them as compared to the previous day when we used to give water in a basin.
To ensure increased access, 10 water kiosks were constructed within Mbale and Chavakali. The number of consumers now stands at 33,000 from the previous 29,000 people.
Tangu mradi ikamilike na maji ikuje, kusema ukweli tumefaidika maana tumepata maji. Haipotei. Sasa tunajifunia hii. Hata tumeshukuru wenye wametuletea, walitukumbuka. Sababu zamani tulikuwa kweli tukisumbuka. Sababu hata tulikuwa tukienda mtoni. Mtungi kama hii mwenye mtoni ambaye yuko kwa shamba yake alikuwa anatuchaji hata shilingi 20. Ama anasema uende huko utengeneze kwanza, yani ufyake ndio akupatie. Nimetoa shukrani kwa serikali yetu, hata wasambazaji wetu, hata watengenezaji wa maji, na watolea shukrani kubwa sana.
In Kapsabet town, Nandi County, the rehabilitation of the Kapsabet water treatment works and distribution system is ongoing and in its final month to completion. Through the project, the board aims to serve about 50,000 consumers in Kapsabet town and its environs. The project will cost 1.1 billion Kenya shillings, funded by a grant from the Japanese government through Japanese International Cooperation Agency (JICA). In the rural communities within the board's coverage area, the board has been implementing water and sanitation infrastructure development activities, mainly water points and on-site sanitation facilities, through community participation under a concept dubbed the Community Project Cycle (CPC) approach. Through this approach, the board has rolled out several projects with funding mainly from the Water Services Trust Fund and UNICEF.
Hapo mwanzo tulikuwa tunapata shida ya maji. Hiki kisima kilikuwa kimechimbwa na mkono. Tulikuwa tunapata ugumu hasa wakati wa ukame. Wakati wa kiangazi kulikuwa na upotevu wa maji ambapo wanakijiji walikuwa wanateseka, wanaenda hadi kutumia maji ile ya streams ambayo haiko protected, na walikuwa wanaenda wakipata magonjwa ambayo hawakuwa wanajua chanjo chake.
So far, over 600,000 people in the rural areas have benefited from the rural water and sanitation development through the CPC approach.
Faida ambazo wanakijiji wa mlimani wamepata ni kwamba kuna magonjwa yale ambayo walikuwa wanapata wasipojua, wasijue imetoka kwa maji, lakini kwa wakati huu hiyo magonjwa hawaoni, hata kwenda hospitali sio rahisi.
With every passing day, Lake Victoria North Water Services Board continues to explore new avenues through which to expand the scope of her services to the people. The board is currently in the process of finalizing its 2012 to 2017 strategic plan. Priority has been given to development of water and sanitation master plan for its coverage area and enlistment of strategic development partners to help make the master plan a reality.
How visible all the goals that are contained in the mission statement are.
The board remains confident that with good cooperation from all the players involved, the implementation of ongoing projects and those planned for the future will remain on schedule, and that more and more people in its jurisdiction area will access quality, reliable and affordable water and sanitation services in line with its mission and Kenya's Vision 2030.